All right, here we go. So crudely done. I love it. I just send the signal, hope it picks it up.
Like I just always got the little screen. It's a little green.
Yeah, we got nothing going.
No, this is great. Perfect. I actually like it like this. Yeah.
Yeah, not a lot of
No, it's really nice actually.
Oh yeah, we had fireworks.
Oh,
Then back to it a little bit.
oh nice.
One of the bands like decided to light on fire. I hope the place is
No such luck.
well, part of me just wanted to
Yeah, that's fine.
which is hilarious considering, you know, I'm home for the next 2 days. Yeah. Right?
I was out working while it happened. But now I was driving down Sheridan going 50 and someone hit one of the T intersections. Pulled out, like slammed on the gas, but pulled out and almost ran straight into me. And because of the driver intended, like I was able to slam on the brake, but it was like 90 inches from like hitting my front end, even though I responded like immediately. That was fucking pissed.
What a dumbass. Did they get the panic look on their face or was it?
I have to look like you see them. They're probably
Oh, they didn't give a
oh yeah.
Right?
They're like whatever. That's what I was intending to do anyway. Yep, get in front of you. But I mean, it was really floor. I mean, put the whole way to the floor on the brakes. And just like I moved over as far as I could. I'm almost about to go onto the curb with the median there.
Yep. They were
stopped and they decided no, and I stopped and that's why I was able to react because I saw them. I'm like, I just got that feeling that they were gonna they're gonna go. Yeah, I see something. And I was in the left lane, but like I just had a feeling that they were gonna come all the way. I don't know why I had it, but I was right, so that's why I was able to react so quickly. Heart was racing a little bit after that.
Yeah, I bet.
Live from the 6th floor basement of the guys' games and beer towers. And that camera's like way over. Every time. There. Happy?
Yeah.
It's guys, games, and beer.
Yeah!
Hooray!
Yeah.
Feel the enthusiasm in the room, guys.
It's been a long week.
It has been a long week. So, hey, as you all know, we were at CorksCon this weekend. Big shout out to CorksCon for putting on a great video game con. Hey, Rob, what did you do this weekend when you were at CorksCon?
I think you really left that wide open, Mike.
I know.
Yeah. It was great. I probably did more talking at that con than I think I've done at any con. in recent history anyway. Maybe the early days of MGC. Really friendly. A lot of, like I said, a lot of talkers, and that in the good way, not crazy talk. Like actually, like enjoyable conversations with people. So that was really nice. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. And they had a really good talent pool there too, and it was nice to talk to some of these people who you normally just you're at the same con with them, but you're always so freaking busy, and they're so freaking busy, you can't sit and chat with them. So I got to actually sit and chat with some people who, you know, we meet in passing all the damn time, but we're always just meeting in passing because we're working whatever show we're at. So that was kind of nice. I know you bought a bunch of stuff, but you'll talk about that later on. What show will you talk about that on, Rob?
On my channel. You know, Retro Rob plays everything. But we'll be talking a bit about it here.
All right. Well, I normally don't do a ton of shopping at these things because, again, usually we're way too busy to even go out and do shopping.
It's a zoo. I mean, I do shopping every year, but it's always like in a rush because, like the last MGC, I missed like a couple rows because we just got pulled aside for other stuff.
Right. So, but so I got a chance to actually look around at this one. Lots of cool, some really good deals.
They're very good deals.
Yeah, some nice rarities, which I may have bought one of. So again, you know, we were working on a new display for the original Magnavox Odyssey out there, so I bought that out there. And well received, by the way. And there was a bunch of other Odyssey people there, weirdly enough.
I know, right? There was a lot of Odyssey people.
There was a lot of Odyssey people there, which is unusual because it's like, yeah, there's just not that many out there, but there was a ton there.
They're all old and dead.
Yes.
Okay, that might be. But I actually found the travel case for the Odyssey, which was really something that was kind of on my if I ever saw one list. And yeah, Rob saw it and then mentioned it to me, and I completely misunderstood what he said. And then somebody else came and said, "Hey, there's an Odyssey travel case for sale," which Rob had said already, but I kind of misunderstood Rob and thought, "Oh, there's one being displayed down there. I'll go take a look at it later." So I ran down and picked it up, but even better yet, it was an Odyssey travel case full of Odyssey stuff, like a fairly looks like complete set of Odyssey
It did
stuff.
look complete. If
Shy
not
of the
more.
Switch box. Oh, there is more. There's extras. It's got some of the extra games, including Interplanetary Travel, which was a rarity. It didn't come with the original 73 pack, which is the 6 games that came out in 73. It's a different one. So it was a kind of nice to see that in there. It looks like all the parts are in there for it, which is
super
great.
clean.
Oh my God,
super clean.
The case is spotless, and even the Odyssey inside looks good. I haven't had a chance to test the Odyssey yet. I'll do that when I have
The case is worth what you paid for it.
Yeah,
So all right.
basically the case is worth what I paid. I just got everything inside for free, basically. So I'm good with that. So that was a nice pickup over the weekend. We kind of rocked the show, didn't we, I add?
Yeah. We were high energy for the whole thing, that's always nice to see because Sundays, man, our crew is like really pretty beat and snappy.
Yeah, it's because we've already done like 3 or 4 days usually.
And hungover.
The bar was at the hotel, which really helped, I think.
Yes.
The hotel that we were at had like a downtown bar, so we all just met at the bar downstairs. It was a state-of-the-art bar back in 2005. I think that was the best description.
That is a very
But
good
it was still
description.
a nice bar. It was big.
Oh, yeah.
So we sat around.
And Ohio, what is with the off-kilter vibe, okay? I mean, it was
weird.
Yeah, all of Ohio feels like it's just a bit askew. Just a bit not quite right.
It's like a fever dream.
Yeah, I won't even. That's being kind to Ohio. Work on that, Ohio. Okay, you got some weird vibe. I think Travis put it, you got that crack energy going on. You might want to look into that.
There's a lot of people asking for money at corners, and for a convention center, that's fairly unusual.
Especially when it's in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Again, I don't want somebody's bad luck to be my inconvenience, but
it's cold.
But my God, there's a lot of homeless people like just begging for money or whatever, and they don't look like they look homeless. They do not. They are very thin. I have no problem. Give them money. I just
again that crack energy going on.
Yeah. And then I mean it was weird. It was. I enjoyed myself.
But the
I
show was
enjoyed
freaking
the
awesome.
hotel quite a bit. It was my kind of thing, though.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
No, but having the bar downstairs was nice. I mean,
and the people were really friendly there. That's another
yeah.
thing. I talked to more people at that hotel than I think I've talked to at any hotel. There's a weird. Oh, you didn't talk to him because he got off or you got off before he had a chance to speak, and I spoke to him a couple times. The hamster guy.
The missing hamster guy?
Yeah, the hamster guy was a little weird.
All right.
I liked him though. He was friendly. So. But just,
they usually are.
like people would just talk to you, and it was kind of nice. It was nice. I liked that vibe.
No
problem with it.
It was straight. It was straight.
And that was probably the weirdest conversation. If that's the weirdest conversation you have, you're doing pretty good.
I don't know. The bartender's talking to herself.
Oh yeah, the bartender.
Oh my gosh.
I forgot
She
the
was
bartender.
not just talking to herself, she was kind of yelling to herself, which I know the music was loud in the bar, but I'm pretty sure, at first I thought she was talking to us, and I know that maybe she was yelling at somebody else at the bar, but it kind of sounded like she was just yelling to herself
She was
the entire
very
time.
friendly.
She was very friendly.
Very friendly
She was
bartender.
a good bartender, actually.
Yeah, she was an enjoyable bartender.
Yeah, enjoyable.
The food was really good at the hotel.
Food at the hotel
It
was
was
awesome.
notably good.
Yeah, food at the hotel was awesome. I had no complaints there. So it was an interesting experience. Again, definitely something to keep on your radar, guys. If you're looking for a great place, they had a ton of unusual stuff to play, which was cool. Especially because we were there, so we added to that extra, unusual stuff to play. But I mean, the bowling alley skee ball was pretty freaking
That was
awesome.
epic. It was huge.
This guy built a computerized skee ball with bowling balls. It's like a bowling alley that shoots up into a skee
Oh, that's
ball.
awesome.
It was amazing.
So I
That's
was
so cool.
talking to them, and I was like, yeah, I've always kind of wanted one for my basement. He's like, I don't know, how big's your basement? How tall's your basement? I said, I got 10 feet, which usually impresses people. He's like, I'm not sure if it would fit. You might be able to just squeeze it. And I'm like, how big is this thing? And then he shows it to me. This freaking thing is huge. It was insane. Yes, it was gigantic.
And loud, okay?
And it was loud.
You literally have people rolling a bowling ball,
Yeah.
and it's got a ball return and everything. So these bowling balls are rolling back down. If you've ever seen them, and skee ball's noisy enough as it is. Think about skee ball with fucking bowling balls.
Yeah, that was epically cool. I really, really liked that. That was so.
That was.
And that was, I believe that was their homebrew.
It's a homebrew.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was really cool.
So really cool job on that. Big shout out to you, man.
Yeah,
that was a really cool piece
That
of
was
kit.
a really cool thing. Oh yeah, I picked up some stuff. There was two major things I picked up. A bunch of little stuff I picked up. But the main stuff is, I think I've been looking at cons for a copy of Hero for the past, I don't know, it might be a decade now. And it's always like $80 or $100, and they're trying to get ridiculous amounts for it. I got one for $40.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane. That's way below eBay prices as well. So I was really happy about that. And then I picked up the Sony PlayStation TV monitor.
Yeah, that's
The
the 3D
monitor.
one.
Yeah. And that was $150, and that thing
It's
is
like-
mint.
It
It is so mint.
And he gets the carrying case with it for that
Yeah,
price.
that's
The
really
the
nice.
genuine Sony carry case to go with it for that
It's
price.
really, really
So,
nice.
fuck.
I really love that
$150,
thing.
dude. That kills
Yeah.
me.
I was terrified that it wasn't going to work. It
Wouldn't
did
matter.
work, by the way.
We could have fixed it, but it worked flawlessly.
There's nothing
so,
wrong
yeah.
with it. Yep.
Yeah.
No, it was perfect.
All right,
It
hey.
looked perfect. So
So I
yeah.
suppose we should drink a beer.
I suppose we
celebrate.
can get on to beer. Where the heck is the beer court? Where's the beer court?
You had it up earlier.
Oh, I'm on.
I just think they're gonna explode when
There it
I
is.
see these on
But
these ones.
wait.
What?
What? Ba-da-bum.
Ba-da-bum-bum.
That one kind of fell apart.
That
there.
one
we were,
really did.
we were a little bit
Okay,
off.
so we're doing another one from our buddies over at Third Space Brewing in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The name on this is really quite simple. It's pills. Nothing fancy. Doesn't say like Mama's Little Pill or another pill, or it's just pills.
Popping pills.
Popping pills. So a crisp, clean malt base and imported German noble hops give this Pilsner a wonderful, balanced bitterness. Yeah.
There.
It's a 4.9, so it's about right. Oop, careful guys, it's a little foamy.
Well, it didn't explode all over.
Yeah, that's true. Nothing is ever going to compete with that one.
Oh, by the way, hey, while we're drinking this, I did forget to mention the Kaizo Mario incident. So I had my Super Nintendo set up, and
God.
Yeah.
the SD card for my multi-card was missing. I was sure that somebody at MGC had just popped it out, and left it on the table, and I didn't pack it. Well, later on I found out it was in my case. But anyway, so I was a little bit grumpy about that. But then, so I'm looking at this guy selling, repro cartridges. He's got Kaizo Mario, which I had heard of. It's Super Mario, Super Mario World, but it's ridiculously hard. I mean, like, it's not the same levels. They're insane. So for the whole weekend we had the whole day we had that plugged in, and I hate to say it, but I did take a certain satisfaction in watching people get really sad really fast.
It was like, I know how to play this game. And they get
and they just get murdered right on the beginning of the first level. The guy that sold it to me even said, "Hey, if one of your guys makes it past the first level, send him over, and I'll give him a free game." They offered up a free game. Nobody made it past the first level. It was insane. Insane.
Beat the first level, get a game.
Yep, it was insane. So if you go right, it's impossible. If you go left, it's near impossible. Because you got to unlock the key tower thing to get the level to the right going. But the first level was so ridiculously hard. Oh my god, bullet boys in mass coming at you right at the beginning. That was fun.
Okay.
So that where there's like one option to get through any area and every
Yeah. Do I regret buying it? No. I've got my joy out of it. I got so
just watching some poor little kid get crushed while trying to play it.
I felt kind of bad for the first kid, but after that it was nothing but pure joy. Kind of bad for the first kid.
This is what life is like, kid.
There were a couple guys that were playing for about 2 hours straight trying to get past the first level. They were just kicking. Then they played. They were on the GameCube then for like 4 hours or something. They were like really, really into Soul Calibur. They unlocked like most of that game while they were playing. They're big Soul Calibur fans.
Gotta see, it's a little more bitter than I expected.
Yeah.
I think I'm a little more bitter than I expected.
Well,
Balance life.
balance. Isn't that stuff throwing us off again?
no, I don't think so.
No.
Not the bitterness.
Not the bitterness.
Wait.
It's a lot more bitter than I would expect from a Pils.
You're letting it wash
It's-
Do the mouthwash.
Yeah, it's clean on the front end, man, but I've been a lot of bitter on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of bitter. More than I expected from it, actually.
I almost think it has to be. There's no way it could be that bitter.
No, it's
It
not.
says
It's not
35 IBU too.
I don't think that's right.
I would agree with that.
Was this in the clearance rack?
No, I did not buy it from the clearance rack.
For date 2015.
Right?
It's weird though because again, it's all on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and especially if you just afterwards you kind of it's like, ooh, let's get more bitter. I mean, it's
You got a regret on the back of that tongue?
yeah, exactly it. So,
Wow.
Well, my whole mouth is covered with it now because you said.
To try it.
around like
And
a
it's still
frog.
bitter, huh? Yeah, I'm kind of regretting telling you to do that because I knew I made a mistake like right after.
now, again,
It's very bitter.
bit more bitter than I thought it would be.
Yeah,
All right,
do you
well,
have bitter beer face?
let's start. Party cooler.
I may still grab it just because not on top of my list, but
Party cooler.
At a party, yeah. The front end I like, but then wasn't expecting the better.
Yeah. Party cooler.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm in a bad mood, this is a good beer for a bad mood.
So your beer can be as bitter as
Yeah,
you are.
yeah, more bitter than I am probably. I think.
Yeah, I'm not grabbing this out of the party cooler.
Yeah. It's done, huh?
Maybe it's too bitter for me. All right, pub.
I'll probably pass it to pub.
Pass.
Fairly unlikely.
Fairly unlikely. I would
Unless
not.
I'm really,
Again, it's
really bitter.
I
that
don't
way.
expect that kind of when I order a Pils or a lager. I don't expect that kind of bitterness. It's got a really.
It's
bitter
almost
finish.
like it's off.
I don't think it's off. I think it might be because that IBU is not. I don't think it's 35. I would put this higher than a 35
I
for
would
an
too.
IBU. So
It's almost an astringent.
yeah, I'm not getting that much alcohol out of it, but it's yeah.
No, the back end.
Oh,
of
the
like,
back end, yeah, maybe.
when you're really desperate, and you're just sucking down that rubbing alcohol.
You know it. Yeah, that slight burning sensation.
Yeah.
All right.
During urination.
Well, let's go ahead and vote on this
All
one.
right. 3, 2, 1.
I like
I'm
that.
going sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
It's
that was pretty much
not
straight.
bad,
That's unusual.
but it's just kind of like.
It's again not what I
okay.
expected. Yeah. It's a.
If you remove that bitterness, it's not that bad.
Oh no,
actually.
I love the front end on
Yeah,
it.
it's good.
It's just that finish is kind of off, a little off-putting to me. I mean, not that I wouldn't drink it. I just don't know if I'd drink a lot of it. 'Cause
I know, I really like the front end, and then, I
Yeah, like
get what you're saying.
But like we talk about, you don't want to drink something so bitter that that's all you're tasting the rest of the
And we
night.
drink a lot of beers that have been very bitter that we've enjoyed, but again, it's just the mix with those two just doesn't sit right.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that.
If you want people to think you're drunker than you are, this beer will put on your breath the thing that will make that happen.
that
So
beer
definitely,
bitter
you're gonna
smell.
come up to somebody and they're gonna be like,
Are you
"How much
6
you been
in?"
drinking?" Yeah. How much you been drinking?
that's
So
the
again,
first.
it's good for that.
Yeah. All right, Judge Rob, let's pass verdict on Third Space Brewing Pills.
On the charge of being more bitter than my ex-girlfriends, I find you, guilty. Sentence you to
Drinking. Yeah,
it's not
again-
gonna stop me.
No, I'm not going to stop drinking it. I didn't say I was going to do that. It's not bad.
A
It's
neutral
just-
rating means it's drinkable.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm just not sure. It's not something I go to.
I think I just think it's an unusual beer. Again, it's something different. And it's so hard to do something different, but I don't know if it's a good different
Well,
necessarily.
You're right.
It's
you know-
not bad.
No, it's definitely different,
Yeah.
which is not necessarily a bad thing. So, hey, Rob, seeing as we've been driving all weekend, and we have been driving all weekend, may I say, that's a long ass
That's a
drive on a
one.
good day. Man, I was exhausted by the time I got back Sunday night. What are we talking about that has to do with driving,
Now,
Rob?
this is a topic made to not waste your time tonight, guys. This is 8-bit racers, and that's a pretty broad subject.
It is, I think a very good subject to delve into.
Yeah, I think it is. So, racing games that are on an 8-bit platform. that you
Yeah.
love. I thought about throwing in a TurboGrafx one to be a dick, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna chill out and go with the class.
I stay with classics. All right, who wants to start this out?
Well,
I think I'm gonna go.
All right.
All right.
Simply because on 8-bit platforms, at least, I never played a lot of racing games. So, the one that I can think of that I never owned but I've played it a bunch is Super Off-Road.
Ooh.
Oh, good one.
That
That's
one
a
is-
good one.
It's a very fun. It's because also very different than most racing games.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, basically you have a top view of the whole map, and there's like they make it seem more like vertical and stuff, and it's a lot of fun.
Is that the first game where you've had like that upgrade mechanic too? I know it's one of the earliest
Super
ones.
Sprint was first, I think.
That had the upgrade.
That was
mechanic.
like they were almost like the same.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because one was like whatever.
I
Formula
always
racing
thought
cars,
Super
and then
Sprint
you
was
had
like
the-
a lot cruder though.
I think
Wasn't,
it still
huh?
had the upgrades, but
Mhm.
like I think off road kind of bumped it up just a little bit. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think the tracks had a little more 3D
Yeah.
element and stuff like that.
It had that fluid feel to it that I think is really good.
Because it had all like the
Right. You
Jumps
could,
around.
and you could get air in your truck
yeah,
and stuff.
exactly. And that's one of the reasons why I stuck out, because again, you don't, especially nowadays, you don't get a lot of racing games that are like that, you know?
Yeah. No. I think first person. So.
Yeah.
And the top down was kind of nice on that
Yeah,
one.
it was cool, and just gave it a cool visual effect, and it's still, even to this day, every now and then when we're at MGC, like, we'll pop it up on one of the multi-cards or whatever, and it's great, people love it.
They do actually. You're right.
4-player on the arcade too, which is kind of a nice plus.
Yeah, that's right. The arcade version was 4-player, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
have those
Yes.
steering wheels. Good game.
Wait, is it 3?
I thought it was 4.
3 or 4?
4, I thought.
No. Now I gotta go get the cab. I don't remember.
Uh-oh.
I think there were 4 racing
Because I know you
cars, but
could
I
do
think the
4-player on the NES, but
because I thought it was like a triangle kind of.
maybe I could be wrong.
Well,
The-
you
but
could be
the,
right.
the NES might have done multi-tap. We could play 4 or SNES.
Let's see
Or no,
here.
it's
It was 3.
It was 3. Nice job, Ryan, with the memory.
Well, we were playing it in Florida.
Good job.
Remember that? We played it in Florida.
We did?
Hey, that showed up the other day. It was like 6 years ago.
Yeah, it
or
was
something
6
like
years
That's
ago we were down in Florida.
that. Yeah.
I was pretty drunk in
Well,
Florida.
we were like the whole time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
we
was
were.
Well,
the
you
time.
have to
We were
because it's
pretty
Florida.
rough in Florida.
To be able to put up with that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
So no, that was wow.
And there goes all our Florida listeners.
What? They know where they live.
I mean, your state rightfully shouldn't be a game where you type in your birthday and go blank man. Yeah, it shouldn't be.
Exactly. They know where they live. No, that was a good one. So, and the nice thing about that one is it also got ported onto a whole bunch of other stuff too.
And most of the parts are really good too.
Yeah, I don't think there was. I don't know what the.
There was one I had read because I've never played on. But I was looking up it earlier that they said that the port was really bad because it just like made it unplayable.
Really?
That sounds like a great port. That was probably the Timex. Oh no.
Yeah, the Timex Sinclair port of it. So yeah, not only was it, I forgot it had Ivan Stewart's name on it.
Oh yeah. Now that wasn't an
Yeah,
always
sure.
thing, right? That was a thing where like later on they branded
I
it,
don't
right?
know about that. They
Yeah.
probably did when they
Or
moved
was it just some ports were not branded because they
They were
didn't
like
get the licensing?
it.
Oh, that makes sense. It was the Linux version that was really bad.
Oh,
Okay.
was there ever a Linux version?
I did not count that. Okay. Yeah, you're right. They did. You're right. They branded it.
The Red Hat version.
They branded it with the. Oh no, maybe it did have his branding on, even on the arcade game.
I was thinking maybe the home ones didn't have it.
No, the home ones did too, by the looks of it. But it looks like they had his branding on all of them.
Well, my memory's worth
Yeah,
it.
Iron Man Ivan. Yeah, it's technically Iron Man Ivan's off road.
There's something wrong with these people.
So.
Huh.
Yeah.
The Atari 2600 version was very rough. No, I'm just
Yeah, you forget how nice that game looked, man. That was a good one, actually.
it had that physics too, where if you brush up against something like a flag or something would flash.
Would actually fly.
Yeah, that was some nice work on that game.
Good call.
A lot of detail.
Good 8-bitter too. So yeah. Actually, that I forgot about the cab though. That's actually.
Yeah, and when Rob
Pretty
posted
sure
what
the
the
cab
topic
was
was, I was like,
pretty
shit, do
good
I even
too.
have anything? I had to go through a list of games like, oh yeah!
Why not?
I almost never pass that game by.
When you see the stand up.
Yeah, I'm like, I gotta play at least 1 or
2 hours.
Yeah, or like even the Super Sprint. I forget what's the Madison when we just
Aftershock.
Aftershock. Yeah, they have that one of the two, I think.
Yeah, I think they've got the Super Sprint.
Super Sprint. Yeah.
Huh.
And I always just love like whipping the wheel around. It's almost like one of those where like you whip it around, you stop it, whip it, stop. You know, like one of those where.
Yeah.
Yeah, that helped that game a lot too. I mean, the Super Nintendo part was pretty damn solid, but having the steering wheel was really nice.
Yeah. No, that's
That was a well done game.
Yeah, it really was. Really was. All right, who wants to go next?
I have an arcade one.
All right.
So I don't know what made me think about it, but I think it was, no, I already forgot who made it. Turbo. Just Turbo.
Oh heck yeah!
I just had it up. Where'd it go?
Yeah, it was by Coleco. The home port was excellent.
I don't remember that one. I'll remember when I see
The thing that I
it.
kind of remember about it was, as you're racing, you'd hear like the ambulance coming after you, and that was the one thing you could not pass. You had to slow down for it, but as soon as that thing went by you, you had to keep going, and it was just that is it vertical? You're just always going into the.
Yeah, you're always going.
There's almost no turns, but I remember there's like I believe it's weather and other changes.
Oh yeah.
Night too.
But it was kind of
Remember
neat where
the
like
day.
the scores weren't on the screen; they were on little LED
Yep.
displays.
Yep. Off to
Above
the side.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think there was a couple
that's
gauges
cool.
on it too. I forget if the timer was a gauge.
Oh, they made a nice cab, the sit down cab for that
Yeah.
one too.
Yeah,
I
that
just
was a
remember that
serious
just being
game.
kind of like a a little bit different than pole position. I forget pole position was after or before it. But
They were very different games though.
Yeah. But I remember like terrain just always going up and down a little bit, so you never knew how fast the cars. Yeah, you'd always see the cars coming slowly at you.
Yeah.
Getting bigger and bigger. Yep.
Sega's early dominance of the racing
That's
genre.
really nice.
So I don't know what made me think of that, and it was. I think I even thought about it before today. I was just like in my mind the last couple months. I was just like, next time I see Turbo, I gotta play it.
I got
and
the,
that was one of the ones that I played in Colorado when I saw it there. I'm like, I think it was the just the small one with the cabaret style.
Uh-huh.
So it was like even that one was done pretty well. But yeah, that was back in the day where you'd have the sit downs, the regular, and the cabarets. You know,
Yeah.
They made sure to.
They had the little
variety
guy.
for everyone.
They had the little guy at the ground round, and we're seeing for years.
The cabaret one,
Play
yeah.
the heck of it. Play the
I
heck
tell you
out of it.
that the sit down cab looks freaking beautiful on that.
Yeah, he's got one in that good of shape. That's a nice looking cab.
I know. Look at that.
Yeah.
So I just know I was never very good at that game, but
Well, it
that's
had,
one I was
remember
like,
it had day and night too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the headlight. Oh, that was so good. That was a good game.
Very
Now
cool.
I've got it on my ColecoVision, by the way. With the
I was just
steering
going to say the ColecoVision port looks pretty darn
wheel.
good.
Yeah, the pedal. It actually had a pedal.
That's right.
And
I
the
don't
wheel.
have the pedal.
And the wheel.
I don't have the steering wheel for the Coleco. I think
I got it sitting in the back. I keep thinking I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that's
break
one
it
thing I
out
don't
one day.
I got the ball,
Yeah.
the track ball or something.
The steering wheel actually, there's a few games that actually have the pedal work really well on.
Yeah, I was thinking about replacing the Sega one with it because really the Sega Saturn steering wheel sucks like duck. It's not. I don't know if you noticed, but we have that game has had a hard time attracting people. They'll play it a little bit and then they'll just put it down. And I switched over to just using a gamepad
And
with
everybody
it.
played it.
Yeah, and everybody played it. And
I
all of a
saw
sudden there was people waiting for it. And it's like, well, I guess I should have probably done that the whole time. It was. I finally sat down and played it for more than a minute. I said, this is impossible. No wonder nobody wants to play this crap. And
With the
then
steering wheel?
I read some reviews, and it's like, yeah, it sucks with the steering wheel. There's no pedals.
Yeah.
So you got to hit the A button to accelerate, and there's no
Always.
option to do anything else. You'd think the paddles, because it has paddles.
It does have paddles.
It has the shift paddles. You could pick
But
the
not
option
for
to
that
use those.
game. Is there a different game that works better with the wheel?
No idea. I got
No.
two of the games and both do it the same stupid way. So, so after actually playing the game myself for a little bit, I said, you know what, this is stupid, and played it with the gamepad. Actually, I think Darlene recommended it. She said, this is ridiculous. I don't know why you're putting up with this. And I said, psst, be a real gamer, will you, Darlene? And then she's like,
Then she beat the
yeah,
shit
well,
out
why
of
don't you show me how it's done? No, she did though. Why don't you show me how it's done then? I'm like, oh, this is terrible. So I ended up doing that.
So now there's a new challenge. Beat the first level of Mario and like win a race with
Right.
With the
steering
paddles
wheel.
of the steering wheel.
Horrendous. With having to press the A button while you're turning. Who at Sega thought, oh, this is a good idea?
Yeah.
Come on, pop out another $5 for a foot mold and put an accelerator on it. Anyway, I digress.
You digress. All right, I'll go next then.
Mhm.
I'm going to go back to one of my old favorites, Super Skid Marks. So Super Skid Marks, I originally got that on the Amiga. It's a lot like off-road. I mean, a lot like off-road.
Yeah.
It's that down view, cars racing around the track. But Super Skid Marks took that game and that genre to a whole new level. First of all, there's caravan racing. So for those of you who don't know, in the UK, a caravan means a trailer, like a house trailer. So they call them.
I've seen those.
They call them caravans. So you race around the track, dragging it, and the physics are great because, of course, it's pulling your back end around, and it actually makes for hella fun racing. It's really challenging. So you can race with a caravan on your car. That's one. There's cow racing, where all the cars are cows with wheels on them, which is also a lot of fun. It just was a really good game. And then it had one feature, and we've actually shown this out at shows before. You could take two Amigas, serial link them together, and it extends the track across two screens.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So you can actually have the track on both screens playing simultaneously. So you actually have two computers running the game with one track, and it works flawlessly. And it makes for a great thing because again, back then, this is pre-widescreen TV, pre-whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You could have these really big tracks going across two screens. It was pretty freaking awesome and ran flawlessly. And the ports, some of the ports they did were really clever. So on the Sega Genesis, which only has two joystick ports, they made a cartridge that came with it that allowed you to plug in 4 Sega controllers and run 4 on the Sega Genesis. I mean, they did some really amazing.
Is that
Built-in
only the
multi-tap
UK
on the
version?
cartridge.
That was only the UK
Yeah, that's
version.
what I
Yeah.
thought.
And was that the only game that did that, or was there like two that?
There may have been other
There were a
ones.
couple I thought.
That's the only one that I remember off the top of my head. But they did just, again, really.
But the Amiga version was king.
the
I think no
Amiga
question.
version was absolutely perfect. I mean, they did.
Now if could clone 2 on the
Because that was
A500.
that was
mini,
AGA,
figure out a
right?
way
That was an
to-
AGA game, wasn't it? Super Skid Marks?
Um,
AGA?
was an AGA game, correct? Yeah, you had to run on the Amiga. No. I mean AGA was advanced graphics stuff. No, I ran on the 500.
Oh, really? I thought they had an AGA version.
They do have an AGA version of it.
Okay, yeah. That's
But
what I thought.
it ran straight on the
Yeah, but that's not the way to play it. You got to play the AGA version.
Well, if you can, yeah, of course.
Oh,
So
come on, how much is Amiga 1200 these days?
Like $700.
Yeah.
They're expensive.
You can buy a gaming PC or you can buy an Amiga. The choice is plain.
That's
The Amiga.
That's almost why I feel like, hey, my little 500 mini that can play the
Yeah,
games I
right.
never got a chance to really play.
Yeah, because I
know
couldn't
it's
afford a
not
1200.
original, but it's like,
well, I do want to see some stuff hacked on the Mini though.
yeah.
It needs Wi-Fi. I don't understand why nobody's gotten a Wi-Fi driver for that yet. I haven't checked the latest build, but it needs Wi-Fi.
I've been upgrading mine. I mean, my original Amiga didn't have Wi-Fi.
I know, but I
I've
want
definitely
Wi-Fi
got more
on this.
hard drive space than I ever had.
I want Wi-Fi on this one. I don't want.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the latest build yet, but I'll have to check.
Yeah, I
the
didn't
latest
read
build.
enough into it.
Well,
I grabbed it.
The
but-
problem is they did such a stripped down Linux on it that there's
Oh,
just
that's right.
nothing is on it.
You were saying like only one Bluetooth adapter works with it, or
Mhm.
somebody did. And,
Yeah, it's
oh, what is it like? Like people are like, oh, what gaming controllers wirelessly can I use? And pretty much just said the I think it's 8-bit DOE ones.
yeah.
Are the only ones that work on that thing.
Currently.
I mean, that said, I mean, that's an optimized Linux kernel.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it is. It's an optimized
Super
Linux,
optimized.
which means you stripped everything fucking off of it.
Yeah.
But it does again. I'm not playing. But again, Super Skid Mark, such a good game. Ported over to a lot of systems. I don't remember all the systems, but they ported onto a lot of things. Just a lot of fun. It had a lot of cool features, like super off road and that type of game. Again, the downward view is great. The reaction.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
I remember when you got that on the 1200 when it first came out. You're like, oh, I gotta see this. And he's got like you were doing the two screen thing back then. It's like, oh my god, this is amazing. And we'd have a crowd of people over.
Yeah.
And it'd just be, that is amazing.
No, it's truly remarkable to see an old 80s computer.
Hey, technically that sucker's 16-bit though.
I guess it was, wasn't it?
Oh, you got disqualified.
Oh no, I didn't even think about that yet. Oh, it's got an 8-bit feel. Wait,
Yeah.
it's 8-bit on the Genesis.
There you go.
There you
No,
go.
that's 16.
That's 16-bit.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Biscuit.
Yeah.
The Atari 2600 version.
I don't know if there was any, but now you mention it, I don't think there may
I mean, technically, Outroad, what do you call off-road was too, but there was 8-bit versions of it,
Right.
so it could squeak by on it.
That's why I made sure.
Yeah.
I made sure.
There were 8-bit versions.
And I knew
of
mine
it.
was in television, ColecoVision, I think both had.
Yeah, you were fair enough. There's
I
no question there.
gotta check this and make sure there was
The
an 8-bit version.
ColecoVision version was definitely 8-bit, but it looked good. I don't know if you ever played it out. Well, you said you've got it for the Coleco, so yeah, it's a good looking game.
Yeah, I guess not. Okay, I lied. As soon as I thought.
Wah wah wah.
All right, I'm disqualified. Sorry, I'm done. Go ahead, Rob. You can take over.
Now that I peed all over Tom's,
Thanks,
it
man.
might seem better.
Second time today, actually.
Yeah, but the first time was for pleasure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
I enjoyed the
Yeah.
first time.
Somebody's gonna call it out, right? If we didn't.
Oh no, good. I'm glad
Yeah,
you
yeah,
called it
yeah,
out.
yeah.
I completely screwed up on that.
I didn't think about it till the
Either
very
did-
end. I
I
was just
know.
saying. Well, it was when I
talking
described
about
the
the
scene
Amiga.
with the Amiga. And I'm like,
It was
wait
saying
a minute,
like,
that's 16-bit.
I'm not gonna
That's a
bring it up, but
Motorola
I'm gonna-
processor right there.
Yeah. No.
Damn. All right, so I'm gonna do mine, which is definitely 8-bit. RC Pro-Am. Wait. There you go. Well, I guess I should have the other light on today, but whatever. RC Pro-Am. It's not like we're such a
Purist.
we're such purists on or so good at our lighting. Anyway, RC Pro-Am is you're supposed to have little remote control cars on it. It is a bit. I wonder if they were looking at the problems that they had porting Super Off-Road over to the NES, because what they did is if you look here, take a look. They zoomed it in. They zoomed in the racing. It still has that feel to it. It's competitive. It has the upgrade idea. The tracks are really nice, it's a super playable game. The controls are very good on it. I do think they're trying to go after the weaknesses that they had with trying to make racing ports like that on the NES, because it was really hard with that low resolution and, to be honest, the limited graphical capabilities of the NES. But I think they did a really good job. The game has been duplicated multiple times across multiple platforms now, and it's a classic game. It's competitive, but not too hard. It was well play tested, unlike F1. Sorry. I'm gonna go off on F1 for a little bit. But anyway, Pro-Am's really good. I like it graphically. It's nice. The gameplay is solid, and the sounds are, well, they're Nintendo. It is hard to go to the NES from Commodore 64.
Who made the game? It's got Nintendo seal, but think of who made the game.
They made something else too. I do not remember.
It became a bigger company later on.
Was it the guys that made Final Fantasy?
No, not that.
Wasn't that big?
Rare.
Oh, Rare.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who made a lot of stuff for Nintendo.
Yeah.
The Donkey Kong Country series.
Was Banjo-Kazooie? Were those Rare?
I think that was.
Because that was the R logo, right?
And, the big R. Yeah.
I mean, as it got more advanced.
For Rob, by the way.
And then was it Xbox that bought them out and said, "Screw you, Nintendo," and nothing new.
I love the Microsoft solution to their problems is just buy all the companies that make the games,
right?
And then
make them for the other.
I mean, they'll still suck for our platform and die, but yeah. I love that. The biggest threat that they faced from Apple was, games like Marathon coming out. So, they bought Bungie.
Yeah.
How could I forget GoldenEye? GoldenEye was Rare.
GoldenEye, yeah.
That's right, yeah.
The remakes are really quite good. Quite playable.
Oops.
Somebody's at your front door.
See, they agree. He agrees. Anyway, yeah, F1. I've been playing a bit of F1 Race. I don't know, have you guys ever played this? So, it was a Nintendo original, and I was just doing a review on it. I'm like, on the last race, right? On the last track, I'm like, I can't beat this race. It just keeps going and going and going, and come to find out, the damn last game never ends. Never ends. There's no end to F1 Race on the Nintendo Entertainment System.
The end is you run out of time or something? Or
yeah, just whenever you run out of time. That's it. How many laps can you get? And then, I played I played it on the Game Boy. Because then they added some tracks and actually made a definite ending. However, 98% of people never made it past the second race. Because the second race is damned insane. I'm not kidding. I still have a blister on this thumb from playing it 2 weeks ago. I did get past it though. I did beat it, but I'm like sitting next to my wife.
Did you change consoles to play it?
Yeah, I did. I actually changed back to the Game Boy, and then I knew my Game Boy Advance had a little bit better controls on it, and that's the one I was able to actually beat it.
Yeah.
And I beat it more than once because I'm an idiot. I beat it once on the Game Boy Color. I love this story, by the way. I don't think I told you this one.
No.
I beat it once on the Game Boy Color. And I recorded an awesome segment with, the winning screen. And then I'm like, hey, dog, check it out. Because Jericho was sitting next to me. Great job. Except when I went to pull him, I had taken pictures. You can't do that. People are going to claim you cheated. Yeah, they're going to claim you cheated. Well, why didn't you record it? And the thing is, you only get the winning screen once. You can get, past it. But they're just going to think I cheated.
Yeah.
And then wrote it back to the console. Yeah. So I had to have a winning screen. So then I spent another damn day getting back to winning again on that. Oh, it's terrible. It was terrible. It was the worst. And you know how when you're really trying to focus on a game, everybody bugs you,
yes.
walk up to you. Every time it's the dog bumps into me. I'm on the last stretch, the dog bumps into me. The wife wants something. Oh, it was so bad. I was so grumpy by the end. My eyes were, how your eyes get dry? I haven't had that in years.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
My thumbs are so damn sore. Oh, it was terrible. It's because of the... I love how this became a rant about my most hated 8-bit. But anyway, but you have to press up to boost. And you had to boost to win the second race every second. Like coming out of corners right away. So what happens inevitably is you accidentally boost. In fact, I recorded a couple times where I'm just pressing sideways and the damn thing boosts anyway. It would just constantly boost into corners.
So easily to like
it
left,
would,
right, or
right. It would just
diagonal, and you're doing both.
Yep, diagonal would send it just hurling into the corner at full speed. And if you crashed once, if you bumped into somebody when you're trying to pass, it's over. You've got to do the race absolutely perfectly. All the other races passed it. At least the couple I did, no. I mean, they were hard. You don't get me wrong. But the second race was an outrage. Who play tested this? What sadist play tested this stuff? But anyway, I digress. RC program did not have that problem. It was hard but fair.
Cool.
So back to RC Pro-Am. This is like, I didn't do a lot of renting from Blockbuster, but this is one I rented a couple times.
Really?
That's good.
And for some reason, never bought it.
Okay.
I stayed up all night practically playing this thing, but for some reason, I'm like, yeah, I don't need to buy it.
I think I bought that.
And then I rented it again.
I think I bought that with you guys at 7 Mile Fair one time, didn't I?
I don't know.
I think we were at 7 Mile Fair one time and I bought it a couple years back.
Now,
but that's one that should be like, when you think of Nintendo, I think this is one that should be part of a collection. If they're easy to find, if it's easy to find.
Yeah, I don't think the price on it was terrible either.
Yeah.
Even boxed, it wasn't too bad. But anyway, yeah, that's it. That's all I really have to say about.
But if you like 8-bit racing, you could also watch real racing.
You could be watching some serious racing with Lionheart Racing, which is all the joys of racing without the rubber hot dogs. And you can go over to www.guysgamesandbeer.net. Take a look on the top right-hand corner of the screen. There's a 77 there. It says Lionheart Racing. And then you could race. Well, you can watch racing.
You can watch racing.
Heck, you could join the league.
You can.
You can join the league. These people are freaking serious, though.
Yeah.
They got, people who, actually are professional racers, in their league. So, going balls to the wall.
Oh, that's cheap, man. You can get it for $12, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, boxed.
No, boxed.
Boxed, I think it's only $25, $30, though. It's common. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, boxed. Ooh, well, not for that price, dude. Fuck you. I'm just paying that much.
I love it. You always find something
outrageous. $129.
Yeah, I'll sell that one for
$129.
No, I won't. I won't even sell it.
Okay, that's oh no, here's a graded one. It's WADA graded, no less. It's a 9.0B sealed 1988 NES, brand new, factory sealed. Any guess on how much, kids?
I want to go $1,000.
Getting close.
$1,300.
You are $1 off.
Oh my God!
$1,300 fucking dollars. Guess what? No.
Don't do that to yourself.
Nobody's gonna buy a game for that much from you. That's not an investment. That's like pissing the money down the fucking drain.
Yeah.
Also, factory sealed. I hate that. These games are meant to be played.
Thank you. We had to.
Yeah,
I discussed that with a couple people over the weekend.
Fuck that.
If you absolutely love to collect, I am fine. You should absolutely collect however you want to do. It's your own private thing, but don't get mad at people because they bust open a game to get that new game feel or smell.
Yeah.
Look, you bust this open. I smell
Smell that?
1988.
Yeah.
No, it's cocaine, Rob.
That too.
I mean, that's 1988. I mean, to be fair.
Oh, I do have RC Pro-Am.
See?
Just loot.
I really got
I don't have it in a box.
I gotta get that app.
Love those apps, man.
How many times I bought doubles though?
All right. Hey. So.
That's all right. Whenever I buy a double now, I just give it to
away.
Ryan for his birthday.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good. We had a great time at Korg's. Thanks again to Gary and to the two Garys, I should say. Show was a lot of fun. We get a little bit of a break now before we have to do another show.
Thank God.
Yeah, we can use.
August?
We can use a break.
August will be our next one. Our next
We
big
get to
one.
enjoy summer.
There may be a few things in between there, but next big show's not till August, and that's Mad with Power. Then There might still be tickets left. I don't even know if there's tickets left for that anymore.
Aren't
think
there?
they're
There's
over
regular. There's regular admission.
Last
tickets, I
update I
think.
saw
A
was
few
over half.
silver.
Yeah,
I think
so
there's a couple silver left, but the general is over half now.
yeah, so again, much bigger venue, lots
Yeah,
more tickets
definitely.
available. I still wouldn't wait till the damn end to pick one up if you're going to get one. All right.
No, we'll be swearing at it a lot.
Yeah, but so all right, Rob, take us out of this mess.
All right, want to thank you very much for watching, guys. Games and Beer, low effort edition.
I thought it was
I thought we did pretty good
Low
for being
effort,
wore out.
low effort.
We did good for
Chill
being wore
edition.
out.
chill edition.
Because Larry wasn't here yelling and screaming.
Yeah, that's true. Netflix and chill edition.
That comes
Yeah.
later.
Yeah. Anyway, you can check us out at www.youtube.com/guysgamesandbeer. Or if you're feeling frisky, you can come visit us at Facebook, www.facebook.com/guysgamesandbeer, where you can check out dank memes by Master of Memetology, Dallas, and that's on the Guys Games and Beer support group in the same place.
We're so low effort, we didn't even look and see if he put one in there.
He didn't. I checked earlier. Unless he put it on during the show. In which case, that's just not fair. That's just not fair.
I handed in my homework.
Yeah, I turned it in late. Then we'll put it on next week's show. Then he doesn't have to do anything for next week. Anyway, I want to thank y'all very much for watching. Next week, same time, Tuesday, 6:15 p.m. See ya.
Later.
A wonderful. Actually,
Guys, games, and beer.
neat stuff. Now I want to play Super Skid Marks. Damn it.
That
I'll
game's
go
great.
boot up the mini Amiga. Got me in there. Made fun of it, but I still want to play it now.
That was my fault, man. I just completely blanked on that.
Oh, it happens. You know how many times I like remember